What's up, game muggies? This is Shizzy B71 and my wife Kathy coming at you from jolly old England. Tower of London in the background. Got the Shard.
The Shard.
This is Viewer Takeover.
This is the Midnight Gamescast. We record every Tuesday afternoon at midnight, then bring it to YouTube every Wednesday as the weekly wrap-up.
Yep.
So long ago.
So fucking long ago.
Every Thursday is PlayStation VR
Theater.
And every Friday, every today is Viewer Takeover. When we let you, the loyal game cats, let you take over the show.
Yep.
As always, my name is Brian Paul, and to my right, your left, the one, the only, I've just totally screwed up everything, Jeremy King. Sorry, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle, I had your title today. I'm sorry.
Sorry, he's got it until you come back. He's keeping it safe for you.
I'm going to keep it safe.
Yep.
Keep it warm.
Man, oh man.
What?
Sean Bernard and wife Kathy.
Oh, yeah.
Loyal Game Cats coming to us all the way from across the pond.
Fucking, yeah, way out there.
What an awesome Viewer Takeover introduction.
Yeah.
And I got to say, so first of all, thank you guys so much for
awesome.
for filming that for us and sending it to us. And I got to say, if you guys want to be next week's Viewer Takeover, you're out of luck.
Too bad.
But we're running very low.
We're getting low again.
So if you want to be the intro to Viewer Takeover, well then your video is going to air very, very soon if you send it to us. Because I think we only have like one for next week and that's it.
We've only dipped down this low once before, months ago. Remember?
Yep.
So then we got a good amount in.
So make sure you send your Viewer Takeover, short, sweet, sexy, hopefully.
Yeah. Even if it's a repeat person.
Yeah, it can be a repeat person.
Scenario.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's something you've been wanting to do for a while, well, now's your time. You'll get it up on the channel.
Yeah.
You get it up on the channel. Way sooner than most people do. Most people have to wait like a couple months.
Yeah.
So get that in now at withoutparole@gmail.com.
Yep.
But Sean and Kathy, Game Cats, aren't the only people we want to thank this week, are they, Jeremy?
No, they are not.
Who else would we like to thank?
Well, there's several actually. Do we want to talk about the movements, the kiddies?
Let's get these people rolling down here first.
Oh, those people down here.
Down there.
The loyalist of the loyal.
Yep.
The lovely Patreon supporters.
Anybody, these names all going down here, you'll probably recognize them. You see them pretty much every single week. If you want to be on that list with them, all you have to do is go over to patreon.com/withoutparolegames. And just throw us $1 or more every month. You put in your pledge, and it's like a subscription. Every month, it just takes $1 out of your account.
$1.
And I got to tell you, for the amount of stuff you get for that $1 a month, I got to tell you, it's totally worth it.
It's 50 cents less than the money you pay for a soda once in a soda machine.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we give you a whole lot more than that.
Oh yeah, we give you a lot more than just soda.
What do they get for their $1 a month or more, Jeremy?
Well,
other than our undying gratitude.
Yeah. Well, if they go over to patreon.com and they log in, they get access to a special page over there in these little episodes that we like to call the Litter Box. It's like a separate show. And each week, one of us takes on the role of host, and we talk for 2 to 20 minutes, or who knows, about something personal or something different than the normal podcast. Des, again, has brought us different areas to see different aspects of his life.
Des was this week again. He graduated.
Hey!
And so he wanted to share like this little life milestone with everybody.
They can find out over at
Absolutely.
patreon.com.
Yep.
Brian has taken a tour of the apartment. We know a lot of people have wanted that.
Yeah.
Well, you can get that, over at Patreon for $1 or more.
And so people have said, hey, Brian, like, is there a way to cheat the system? If I give you $1 and then cancel my subscription, I can give you $1 right now and then cancel my subscription after I've watched all your videos. And I was like, yeah, you can totally cheat the system.
Yeah, totally.
So go cheat the system, man.
Yeah, I mean,
because even I want people to see what they're missing out on.
Yeah.
I don't care if they have to cheat the system to do it.
And another 5 months they could
Cheat
give
the
us
system
another
again.
$1. Yeah.
Right. So feel free to do that. I want you guys to be as involved in this channel as you want to be.
Yeah.
Any way you have to do it.
Yes.
But those litter box episodes are not the only thing they get for their $1 a month. After many people asked for about a year, I finally made it so that every one of our podcasts, the weekly wrap up,
Yeah.
PlayStation VR Theater, and Viewer Takeover, along with Why We Love PSVR.
Yeah.
You get those day and date as an MP3 on the channel as well.
Happened.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, for the last 3 weeks, I think I've been pretty good about it.
Nice.
And so if you are the kind of person who you're an audio only person, if you still listen to MP3s as your primary way of consuming podcasts, which the original way of doing it,
yeah,
then by all means, now you have a way of doing it for just $1 or more every month.
Wow.
Of course, the Patreon supporters are not the only people we want to thank.
No.
We've got the. Did we come up with a term for these guys?
I don't know. There were so many different thoughts out there.
Somebody suggested the name cats.
The name cats.
I love the name cats. Also, we got the picks of the litter.
Yeah, picks of the litter. That was the one I was just thinking of.
Yeah, we got a lot of different suggestions for this, but
But
the deal is that we got a few people who changed their name to starting all the way back to Matt the Game Cat.
The cat's meow. Isn't that a thing? Are you the cat's meow?
I like that as well. Or the cat's pajamas.
They're the cat's pajamas.
Matt the Game Cat used to be known as Beauty and the Decay, and he started this whole movement.
He did.
And man, it's so hard to keep up with all of you. So my plea, if you changed your name and we haven't given you a shout out,
yes,
leave a comment and let me know I missed you.
Yeah.
Because especially today, man, I probably missed a ton of new people.
Yeah.
So here's a list of the people who changed their name this week. We got an apology to last week. I tried to say something like 2KY Cat.
Yes.
First of all, his name is 3KY Cat, and he did not change his name to be part of the channel. But he appreciated the fucked up shout out either way.
Yeah, nice.
So here's the proper shout out to 3KY Cat, who did not change his name.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody who did change his name is the Cat's Out of the Glue Bagger. The Cat's Out of the Glue Bagger. He said he screwed up and meant to change it to the Game Cats Out of the Glue Bagger, but you can only change your name once every 30 days on YouTube.
Really?
So we'll
wait.
We'll get that fixed in 30 days. Also, Cat Lover.
Nice.
I don't know if that's for us or not, but
hey, whatever.
we love cats too.
Yeah.
We got Zulktar, the Game Cat. And then our fucking, I think, the loyalist of all loyal, fucking over the top loyal fans, is Madman in Black. Now, Madman in Black, the Game Cat.
Yeah.
And what do you think? Should we show him the picture?
Oh, absolutely. It was fucking
Bing.
awesome.
So Madman in Black drew this picture of the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't express my appreciation enough.
Yeah.
How fucking cool is this?
I wish that I could get that on a shirt.
Yeah.
Yep. Be awesome.
This is like the second big piece of fan art we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That on a shirt.
That on a shirt would be amazing.
Yeah.
Obviously the picture that was drawn with that we use as the channel art.
With
all of us.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
But thank you, Madman in Black, the Game Cat. Thank you so much. Also one of our newest Patreon supporters.
Oh, hey.
So thank you. He supports us in every fucking possible way.
He certainly does.
So I hope he's enjoying all those Litterbox episodes.
Yeah.
Right as he cancels his Patreon right before he
Done.
gets billed. He's like, I watched them all in one night.
Everyone.
Yep. So who else we got? We got. Oh god, this is a fun one. Jay, I bet Brian can't pronounce this ZFHWXYSI Game Cat, also known as Jesse Benson. It took me forever to figure out who it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I mean,
yeah. How could you?
Because I had to go back and search comments that he wrote with that name.
Wow.
So it took a little investigation. If we missed your name, I'm so sorry. Please let us know in the comments if we missed it. It was not intentional.
No.
Again, this show was thrown together at the last minute this week.
Yeah.
And then finally, I want to thank a gentleman named James Yielding, who did so many different ways to help our show and help me do what I'm trying to do here. And he took it upon himself to just send me some money through the PlayStation Network.
Oh, nice.
He basically was like, hey, one of those 2 copies of Bravo Team you have to buy, this one's on me.
Nice. Wow.
Like, thank you, James.
That's very nice.
Really appreciate that. He could have supported us for 40 months on Patreon. But instead he was like, here's $40.
Wow. That's pretty sweet.
All right. So I think that pretty much covers the introduction, right?
Yeah, I do believe so.
All right, so let's talk about some viewer takeover comments where we scour the videos, we scour the comments, and we pick our favorites of the week. And then we copy and paste them over to my word processor.
Yep.
I print them out on my printer here. It adds question marks where they don't belong.
Yep.
And then we read them that way because we think it's funny.
We do.
So, let's see, the very first comment this week comes from Stimson J. Cat. Only recently subscribed, but has been watching the channel for quite a while. Thank you.
Started out with the cat.
I started out with the cat. I'm curious to know.
Yeah.
Has it always been Stimson J. Cat? I'm assuming it has been.
Yeah.
Ren and Stimpy all the way.
Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, I missed that show.
He commented on PSVR this week. Hashtag viewer takeover, because that's a thing.
Yep.
I bought The Last of Us in a recent sale, and while it was superb, I felt really detached from the world, having previously spent all my time exclusively in VR. I kept wishing I could look around freely as I was playing, rather than just where my character was looking.
Yep.
Edge of Nowhere on Oculus Rift showed us how this sort of third-person game can be done well in VR. Fancy starting a campaign to make Last of Us 2 PSVR compatible? What are your thoughts on this? Did you play The Last of Us?
You know...
Oh. Sensitive topic.
So,
Fuck.
clearly,
Clearly.
all the Uncharted games. I bought a Vita for Uncharted. The Golden Compass?
Golden Abyss.
Golden Abyss,
Yeah.
thank you. Golden Compass was a shit movie.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah,
Good
fucking...
book, though.
I never read the book.
I read the book.
Yeah.
Bad movie.
Yeah, really bad. And bad game adaptations, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I couldn't wait for The Last of Us.
Yeah.
And I bought it on PS3, and I started playing it, and I don't remember what happened. I stopped playing it. And then they came out with the HD collection on PS4.
Yep.
So I bought that version, too.
You did the
and
same
then I
thing.
started playing it and over again and got to the point where I left off in the previous version on PS3. Then I let Michelle borrow it. She destroyed the game in a heartbeat. She played it and loved it.
Yeah.
And then now I always look at it and I'm like, if I'm going to play that, I'm going to start from the beginning. But yeah, I would think if that was in VR, I'm sure the problem is part of the joy of those games too is visually they're stunning.
Stunning.
Absolutely gorgeous. Photorealistic. Even if you go back and put in your old copy of the original fucking
PS3.
Uncharted.
Oh, yeah.
Or The Last of Us,
Yeah.
it would still look phenomenal.
It does, actually, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But and so should it still be in third person? Because obviously he's trying to tell us the Edge of Nowhere
It
on
would be
Oculus.
great in third. I mean, first person, sorry.
Right. It's like, and no offense. I know that your petition that you're thinking of is you're looking at this like, hey, third person games in VR would be fantastic. So let's get a petition to make this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was playing this in VR, I'd want it to be first person.
Oh, you'd have to have it be in first person.
Yeah, because the games like I played Theseus, right? And Theseus on PlayStation VR was third person, and there were moments of greatness in that game where I was like, "This is great," and third person totally works. But I would have preferred the entire thing in first person.
Yeah.
Also, man,
If I was to play that, it would have to be in first person. Because we've just experienced it in third person, except on a flat screen. Now I can just kind of look around. It takes away the fear of where the monster... I mean, what are they? The infected? What do they call them in that game with the spores and
the
shit?
clickers and
all
that.
Clappers or whatever the fuck it is. It was just really dark. I don't know if it would translate well in VR as much as I'd want it to. It'd be terrifying, though.
And also, it's such a visual... Like you said, like these games are meant to be visually stunning.
Yes.
And Naughty Dog is always about pushing the tech as far as they can.
Yes.
So, like... I'm going to say, like, straight up, like, the PS4 version of Last of Us 2, impossible to bring to PSVR.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm curious to know if they could even bring The Last of Us original from PS3 over to PSVR.
Yeah.
I have no idea if that's a thing or not, if that's possible. Do you want to... If you want to start a petition, I will sign your petition. How about that?
Yeah.
Because I've only started one petition in my life, and that was to get the analog sticks on the Move controllers.
Yep.
Because it's something I was really passionate about.
Yeah.
Is this something I'm really passionate about? Not really.
Yeah.
If it came out, I'd play it. If you started a petition, I'd sign it. But it's not something that I want to lead the charge for. So if you, Stimson J. Cat, want to lead this charge, I'll have your back.
Yeah.
How about that?
Sure.
All right. Next up, you're up, Asia.
Haplo 784, right? Haplo?
Haplo.
On the Viewer Takeover. Hashtag Viewer Takeover. How do you think PSVR is going to evolve when the PS5 launches? I hope that PSVR remains a separate system and that the current headset will work with the PS5. This would allow current games to have better graphics with a 5 patch. Sony could then launch a PSVR Pro for those of us wanting a better headset?
It's a good question.
It is a good question.
What do you think about this? How do you... When the PS4 Pro only came out, what, a year ago?
Yeah.
I mean... First of all, when do we think PlayStation 5 is coming out?
I don't know.
It's 2018.
Because Xbox One X came out. Sony and Microsoft usually are neck and neck in a sense.
Right.
know?
Well, so Xbox One X is a year late, basically, because that's their competition with the Pro.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like yeah.
But they say this one... we're not going to get into that.
Because there are, just like... So PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro are the same system, just with more power.
Yeah.
Right? There are not going to be PlayStation 4 Pro specific games.
Yeah.
There are not going to be Xbox One X specific games.
It'll be enhanced, yeah, but
Right.
not specific.
But both companies have made that their sell line.
Yeah.
No matter which console you use, you can play all the games, but there will not be Pro specific ones.
Yeah.
So I think, at this point, the Xbox One X is out. Xbox is not going to launch another console anytime soon.
No.
The Pro is out a year ago.
Yeah.
And Sony is so far in the lead.
Yeah.
If I'm betting a PlayStation 5 in 2020.
Oh yeah, you think another couple more years?
Yeah. And I'm going to say late in 2022.
I could see that.
Yeah. We're going to ride the sucker out. People are going to buy the Pro if they want to upgrade.
Yeah. I mean, the life cycle of systems is way longer than it used to be in the past.
Yeah.
Used to have that 5-year cycle.
Dude, the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 lasted forever. It was like 7 years or something.
8, 9, I think it was 8 or 9, wasn't it?
Maybe, depending on, because it did. PS3 came out in Japan first, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe it did.
Was that?
When was that? What year was that too?
I don't know.
Anyways,
But it doesn't matter. Yeah, the console lifespans are getting longer, now prolonged by these these console midlife steps.
yeah,
So I'm saying late 2020 is when we get a PlayStation 5.
yeah,
And then in and I like the idea. What Haplo is saying here is that the PlayStation VR headset itself in the breakout box, all of this stuff should work on your PlayStation 5. They should make it cross compatible.
yeah.
Because I'm betting they could make
The headset, yeah, that must not need. It's more the processor, you know, and how that's being fed into the headset.
the PlayStation 5 using the very same headset.
Yeah,
Could make games look amazing on that headset.
yeah,
I'm betting
probably could.
because we've seen games using the maximum resolution.
Yeah.
Right, like especially the cartoon looking game, like Job
Yeah.
Simulator and stuff like that. That's a very sharp looking game, and so all they need to do is up the processing power and then use that same resolution with better textures.
Yeah.
Right. Imagine Resident Evil 7 or Skyrim
yeah.
with the resolution of Job Simulator.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what a PlayStation 5 could bring the PlayStation VR, the current model we have.
Yeah.
So if that's possible, then I don't need a new headset for at least 3 or 4 more years.
Right.
So
I can see VR. It's going to be a few steps behind, but then I'm going to see a jump right up. You're going to see a jump quick. I think the tech's going to stop matching what you can get on a flat screen.
I think so too, and especially as things become wireless.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's massive upgrades on the way.
Yeah.
So what was the actual question? How do you think PSVR is going to evolve when the PS5 launches? I think I already said it.
Yeah.
I think it's literally going to be. The same headset, and they'll keep improving. We've already got
they will.
a second generation with
You have to. It's just the way it is.
headphones that are integrated. We've
Yeah.
got the 4K pass-through box.
Yep.
Right. So so I think we're gonna keep getting those minor little upgrades,
Yeah.
and eventually everyone's headset's gonna break down and stuff, and it's time to buy a new one or
another
whatever.
one, yeah.
Yeah, and
I think the price is going to drop as well too.
right, and maybe those screens will improve in resolution slightly and stuff, and it'll be minor these little like the PlayStation 4 Pro upgrade. It'll be the PlayStation VR Pro upgrade.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna see a PSVR 2 for 5 years.
Yeah, it's going to be a while.
Yeah, I mean unless
No
everyone
need at this time.
unless everyone's clamoring for wireless headsets.
Yeah.
Right. For me, I'm okay.
Yeah, I can deal.
Yeah, I'm I don't want to spend another $400 on a new
Just
headset.
to make it wireless too.
Right.
I want to wait for a huge important jump in graphical quality or whatever it is to make me jump to another one.
That said, if the PlayStation 5 came out tomorrow,
Yeah.
I'd buy it.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat. I'd be like, does this work for my PlayStation VR currently? I'm buying
It'll
it.
make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I only bought I haven't used the Pro for anything but VR since I turned it on.
Yeah. And that one time seeing Skyrim through it changed everything. It does make a difference.
It really does.
Yeah.
Some people are like, oh, there's barely any change. Stop talking it up. Nope.
Now every time I
There's
play a
change.
game, I honestly think I wonder how much better this would look on the Pro. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so are you willing to buy a Pro?
No.
No. So you're waiting. You need a PlayStation 5. That is.
Yeah,
that's your next upgrade.
Unless this one breaks.
Right.
And then I'll jump to the Pro. But other than that, no, I don't need to.
Right on. Mm-hmm. All right, next up we got Trey Thacker, the Game Cat. What's up, buddy? Love that guy. He wrote #viewer takeover. That's 3 for 3, man.
3 for 3.
It's crazy. It's a thing. In my book, you're the best of the best for anything VR. Wow. So my question is, when do we get to see the Midnight Gamescast in VR video? We want to virtually sit in the studio with y'all.
Yeah, that one's been a question for a while.
It has been a question for a while. Yeah, it's an easy answer.
Yeah.
Right? And we harp on and on and on. And by the way, as soon as you need to leave, I know I can wrap this show up by myself. Okay. We harp on and on and on about Patreon. Right? And we tell you for $1 a month you get the litter box. For $1 a month you get all the MP3s you can handle. Yeah. Right? But there's more than that. We have goals, right?
Yeah.
Like for this channel, like I wait tables full time. Yeah. And then also full time I work on this channel.
Yeah.
And if I could just work on this channel full time and have some cash flow coming from it,
you'd be all set.
Well, I'd be all set, but they'd be all set too. They'd get what they get what they want. So we have a $2,000 goal on Patreon, which is, I gotta be honest, kind of low. Like I can't actually live on that, but I will if I have to.
Yeah.
So I told everyone at $2,000 a month, I'll quit my job.
Yeah.
And I work on it full time.
Was it 2 or 3?
2.
You said 3.
It's 2.
2?
Yeah. And at $2,000 a month, when I quit my job, you get a morning show. Me and Michelle, or me and Des, or me and you, whatever it takes, we'll sit here Monday to Friday, live streaming, probably on Twitch, and do a live morning show.
Yeah.
Right? And we're just going to talk about the daily news. Probably as much VR as possible, but just games.
Yeah.
Right? And we're just going to hang out and talk to you guys every day, Monday to Friday. But also, all 3 episodes of the Midnight Gamescast, we're gonna set up a VR 180 camera right in the middle of the room.
Yeah, right fucking here.
Right? And you are going to have the same view, except we're going to be in VR with you.
Yeah.
Right? And you're gonna be able to get this video the way you always do, or you're gonna be able to get an MP3 format the way you always do.
Yeah.
But you're also gonna be able to get it in VR.
Yeah.
And how fucking cool is that?
Pretty sick. Yeah.
So that is something we're trying to do, and that's something you're asking us for.
Yeah.
So we just need 2,000 of you to give us $1 a month.
$1 a month.
Right? That's literally 1/5 of our viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So think about it, and if it's something you want, help make it happen.
Please.
All right, you're up.
I'm up. Woody the Bluebird PSVR Theater.
So many questions. It's more than usual.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. The viewer #viewer takeover.
It's a thing.
There we go.
Yep.
Gotta say, guys, as a PSVR newcomer, I'm loving your channel. Having been a pretty obsessed PS3, PS4 gamer on a select few AAA multiplayer games, playing PSVR is a refreshing change for me. Smiley face. It made me wonder, though, if PSVR wasn't a thing, what type of games / formats do you think your channel would be covering at the moment?
It's an excellent question.
Yeah.
What would you be playing if it wasn't for VR? Switch?
Yeah, some Switch titles, which, you know, I'm already doing that when I get a chance.
Yeah, of course.
Probably more the same that I still have interest in to this day.
Yeah.
I don't think it would change. We used to cover everything.
Yeah.
You know, before we went, and we still interject some stuff, but yeah, it's like the old format. We did have that. We covered all that kind of stuff.
It's my issue here is that I don't know if my passion for making YouTube videos would be so great if I wasn't so passionate about PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like we were doing something, we were having fun, we were hanging out and filming and putting it online.
Yeah.
But like it was just a thing.
People, and it had been done. You know, it was a medium we were discussing that had already been covered quite a bit, you know, which was video games.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep, absolutely. So like I don't know, man. Like I just feel like my passion for the channel would have fizzled out. Mm-hmm. I feel like at some point I would have said, you know what, not enough people are watching, and this is taking up way too much of my time.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not. And if you're not passionate about something like with your whole heart, well then you're not going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like this would have fizzled out eventually. We would have looked back on those years and been like, man, that was really fun when we did that without Parole stuff.
True.
And
when we talked about that game that had already been out before, this is the 4th one. Now it's like VR. It's pretty sick, and it's growing. It's getting better. You know, the graphics. Hopefully, the games. Hopefully, they're gonna start getting longer.
Yeah.
You know.
And a big thing for us, obviously, is like when we see the outpouring of support from all the comments and the Patreon supporters and all the people changing their name to whatever the game cat.
Whoever thought?
Never. And so we know that we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, and it took us a long time to get here.
Yeah.
You know, this channel didn't start off and become like an instant success.
No.
You know, and that's something I think a lot of YouTubers don't understand. You know, I know Chris, CJ over at PSVR World. If you don't know his channel, go check it out. He was saying, you know, he's struggling. He's been around for like a year. Yeah. And he's struggling. There's not enough Patreon support and not enough subscribers, not enough viewers, and he puts a lot of time and effort into it. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I love your channel. It takes time.
We had like what, 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers a year in, if that.
No, like it took us about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, to get to 1,000.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's, by comparison, he's blowing it out of the water. Yeah. He's killing it. Yeah. Right. And so like it just takes time to get there. Yeah. And you have to be passionate about what you're doing. Otherwise, you're gonna fizzle out. You're gonna burn out, and you're gonna stop. Yeah. And that's kind of it. So maybe I would have fizzled out if it wasn't for my love of everything PSVR. Yeah. Who knows?
Okay. Who knows?
I want to send you on your way because I don't want you to be late. I'm going to finish this wrap up. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody before you leave.
I'll say goodbye. Bye, everyone. Until next week.
Thank you so much for coming by.
No problem.
Today was a total shit show, but you and I struggled through it as we always do.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for struggling through it with us.
Thank you.
Now we're going to do
a few more months of this.
Hopefully not too many more months.
2 more months.
I hope Michelle gets once she gives birth and once she connects with her child. I hope she's gonna want to start getting out of the house and like getting like some of her.
This kid just won't stop wanting to eat.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll see her sooner rather than later. Yeah. Either way, Michelle, we love you and we hope that you're doing really well.
We absolutely do.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Jeremy, take it easy. I'm gonna do a hard cut and then it's just gonna be me.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
All right, Jeremy had to go, so I'm just going to wrap up the rest of this viewer takeover by myself. I didn't want you guys to get screwed out of the last 5 or 10 minutes just because we were running late. So let's tackle the next question by Andreo Suro, and he wrote on the Why We Love the Brookhaven Experiment, Why We Love PSVR episode. He wrote, talk. I don't know if Andrea knows what we do on this channel. We do a lot of talking. If you come to the wrap up, you come to the viewer takeover, you come to theater, you come to Why We Love, and you expect like a 2-minute review. Well, we've already done those. We've already talked about these games in like a brief 2 to 5 minute review. We've already done Let's Plays. We've already done breaking news reports. We've covered that in the way you're looking for. These are conversational podcasts. And if Andreo, you're watching this right now, I can't believe you made it so far. Bye. I can't believe you made it this far into the episode if you hate us talking so much. And we understand there's a lot of new viewers. The viewer base for Without Parole is definitely improved, I guess you'd say. We've gotten a lot of new subscribers recently. So there's a lot of people who come to the channel and don't know what we do. And they're like, man, these guys just talk. This is all you do is you just talk for 30 minutes? Yeah, that's what we do. It's not for everybody, you know? It's sort of like if the PSVR is a niche market, well then our podcasts are a niche market of the niche market. So we totally understand that these podcasts are not for everybody. It's a thing. It's fine. So no worries, Andrea. Hopefully you find stuff on the channel that you're enjoying. And if not, the unsubscribe button is right there waiting for you. We will not be offended if you choose not to watch us anymore. Not for everybody. And then finally, the very last question comes to us from Derek Hart. Derek Hart wrote on the Out of Ammo PSVR review. He wrote, Brian, are you getting sick of playing all these mediocre games yet? I would hate to be a reviewer. Would absolutely crush my love of video games. It's funny Derek says this because I think this is something a lot of people forget. That, man, if this is something you want to do with your life, right? Then you don't just get to sit around and play video games all the time. You have to sit around and play a lot of bad video games for extended periods of time. Des and I talk a lot, off camera about the required length of time you need to play a video game. You know, in order to have a professional opinion on it, in order to feel like you really know the game inside out, in order to be able to defend your viewpoint, right? Because the last thing we ever want to do is say that we love a game or that we hate a game and then not actually have anything to back that up with. Like, it would be easy for me to have started up Out of Ammo and played for 10 minutes and been like, man, this game is total garbage. But if you play it for 5 hours, you're like, man, this game has so much potential. There's a lot going on here. There's the gameplay mechanics, a lot of them work perfectly. There's got issues, but it's a lot of fun, and the fun is kind of buried. But what's my narrative? What's the thing that I'm not connecting with this game on, right? And for me, that was like the progression system. There's no progression system. There's nothing to kind of bring it all together to create like a gameplay experience, right? Something to sort of bring the whole game together. So, not to mention all like the technical flaws it has as well. so you have to spend a significant amount of time to properly review a game. You can say you hate something, but then you need to be able to back that up. It's easy to say I love a game. You don't need to defend your love of a game nearly as often as you have to defend your hate of a game. And again, I didn't hate Out of Ammo. I thought it had a lot of potential, and still has a lot of potential. Hopefully they patch that thing, man. It could be really good. So am I getting sick of playing mediocre games? Yes and no. Because luckily, all these mediocre games I'm playing are for PlayStation VR. And so if somebody says, hey, if your favorite video game system right now is the Switch, and people say, hey, you have to play this on the Switch, and you have to play this on the Switch, and you have to play this on the Switch, it's different than saying, hey, here's a game for your Xbox. And you're like, oh man, I haven't turned on my Xbox in a while. And then you have to like turn it on and do all the updates and like play a game. PlayStation VR is my favorite, basically, console. It's a peripheral, but I'm calling it a console of all time. So I'm lucky, I'm extremely lucky that even mediocre games are still on my favorite console. You put that headset on and it's always curious. I'm like, there's like this sense of discovery every single time I start a new game, right? Because the second you put on that headset and the game starts up, and at first it's 2D and then it blinks into 3D, and then you look around and you have that sense of discovery where you're like, huh, this is something, right? This is, somebody created this world for me. Let's go check it out, right? And so there's always that awesome feeling you get when you first start a game, right? And then like that wears off in about 20 minutes, and the next 5 hours of your life are not the happiest. So I'm very, very lucky that these are all PlayStation VR games. I'm very lucky that we don't run a channel like we used to that covered everything. Is it crushing my love of video games? No. I love the PSVR. I'd probably buy all these games anyway because I'm very curious about all of them. So I don't know. It's not crushing my love of video games. And as I told Derek in the comments section, I'm still fairly new to all of this. I'm still fairly new to reviewing games. You know, I've only been doing it for like a couple years, and I've only been like trying to improve my skills, my writing ability, and you know my voiceovers and that kind of stuff. I've only been trying to improve for the last year. So I've come a long way. I've got a long way to go, and so every single review I do is another opportunity for me to kind of flex that muscle, like to flex my writing ability, and be able to critique a game on different levels. So that's kind of it. This is what happens when no one else is here. I just kind of ramble on excessively, and I don't know. So that's it. That's the end of the show. Again, I want to thank Jeremy for coming by this week. We've been so busy. I've been busy at work and here on the channel, and Jeremy has a slew of things going on in his personal life and his professional life. He's the busiest person I know, and I'm thrilled that he found time to come by and film this week. My love for Jeremy, Michelle, and Des, it just, I can't say enough about them. They're three of the best people I've ever met in my life, and I love them all. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you send those viewer takeover introductions to withoutparole@gmail.com, and you'll see yours on the channel way sooner than you could possibly expect. But for another episode of the Midnight Gamescast, I'm Brian Paul. That was Jeremy King. I love you all. We just woke up like 10 minutes ago, so this is going to be the craziest, most off the wall. Yeah, no, I just woke up like 10 minutes ago. Can you believe I look this good? This is going to be the strangest wrap up like ever. This.
Proof.
Yeah. No, you saw me when you came in.
It's identical.
It was
minus the tie.
Minus the tie.
Yeah.
Yep.